let's go to Vanguard. There's only one major part that we haven't already discussed about this fight, and it's the execution sentence. These go on healers and only healers. Obviously, the caveat is if there's too many healers dead, it's going to go on other people. I don't know how this is going to scale with raid size. This does hurt a lot, and essentially the way that we're going to do this is it's going to be Tabby, Cud, Tree, Thias, and Fizz are all going to be given a marker. And then all of you guys are going to be assigned a marker. So that will be done tonight for you five. If there's a sixth, that will be on Cody. And then there will be a sixth group made. All of you just need to memorize these locations. So just right off the bat, just spitball in here. Fizz, you're probably going to be orange. Tabby, you're probably going to be green. Thias or Tree, purple. Or
Purple is best probably for press.
That's what I was thinking. Everybody. Yeah. It's probably going to be more like Tree, blue, and then Cud, moon. I don't know. Tree probably has more movement than Cud, right? I mean, I guess you do have jump.
Plus the wind gets me anywhere.
Yeah, so. But yeah, so I'll finalize that.
Including off the map.
What's up, Crip?
I said including off the map.
But I can come back on too. Big green.
But that'll be finalized and put in the spreadsheet tonight along with what groups you will be involved with. So you five healers just need to memorize the relative locations and go to those spots. It's all like based off of wherever this guy will be around the room. So it's always going to be this close outside corner will be Fizz, the middle will always be Tabby, and then whatever's closer to the center will be Tree or Cud. Whatever's above Fizz will be Thias, and then whatever here will be Tree or Cud, right? So it's always going to be relative. I can't make, I mean, I could, but I'm not going to, for heroic's sake, make every single possibility. On Mythic, I probably will, but all the healers need to know that these will go on you guys. You guys will have set positions, and then once these land, hammers will go out. That's really the main thing. There's also empowered abilities that randomly jumps to one of the three guys. So like it's based off of whichever one of these guys gets wings. So this Searing Radiance that she's casting, every time it ticks, it does 10% more damage than the previous tick. So it's obviously a healer button at that point. We talked about this on our last session that this first ultimate of the boss, this first one is only one boss. The one thing I want to point out for tanks here, god damn it. The one thing I want to point out for tanks is he's going to do Devotion Aura, and then notice that the Holy Paladin is not going to get outside of this circle. We have to be on top of the movement. She just follows the tanks in the group, really. She doesn't really, like, get tanked, so to speak. But Thick and Crazed, you guys have to be super, super aware of that she is going to move terribly and not get her stuck inside of auras as frequently as you can. On Mythic, it potentially is the difference between killing it and not killing it. Okay, so now the prop paladin has wings, so when he does Avenger Shield, it goes on literally every single person. Just spread. And now we're going to get the Rep Paladin's aura here and pull the other bosses away. 100% increased damage with Execution Sentence. They decide to stack it because it was doing no damage in PTR. This is not what we will be doing. Just
lame.
Just cloak.
But all of these hammers are going to come out. Just dodge. But you can see, like, the entire time this aura is going on, this War Chaplain just will not move. And now next, the Rep Paladin should be getting wings. That little beam is like the empowering thing, I believe. Yep, he gets wings now. And now when he does Divine Storm, which is coming out in 5 seconds, it's going to turn Divine Storm into a bunch of tornadoes. This is by far, in my opinion, the easiest of all of these mechanics. It's just dodge, whereas the other ones are you are forced to take the damage no matter what. So yeah, it's just going to repeat. We get Execution Sentence a second time because now we're duplicating what the previous ultimate ability was. And that's it. We just repeat. Any questions? From like a strategy perspective, there's not really a lot going on here. It's just be reactive to what's going on. The only thing... Oh no. You're good. The only thing that's going to be hard assigned outside of what we talked about is Crimmy is going to be the bait person. So this Holy Paladin, she is going to do a charge, which is, I think, happening right here. Yep. And it goes to the furthest person away from her. So we are going to have Crimmy bait that for us. It does damage if you are in the charge line of the boss. That is the best way to move her consistently. So it may be a thing to Crimmy where once we get into Mythic, you're just going to have to learn when she does and doesn't charge to put her in a position so she's not in the auras. But
back up to when right before she does it.
I can give you a better example. This one's not like a good example. She just got done with hers. But
it's
like
Sacred Shield cast, I believe.
Yeah. But they're gonna
What's her name?
War Chaplain something. But yeah, so like you see how she's doing Searing Radiance, which is her heal absorb, which actually does a lot, which is the other thing that will probably get assigned as well. The 3 closest targets to her get a massive healing shield on them. From what I've seen, you cannot immune it off, which makes it more miserable, obviously. But yeah, it's something that when we get to Mythic, I'll be more worried about Crimmy. We can just use this first week to kind of figure out how she is and isn't going to move. But yeah, those healing absorbs will be nasty, and essentially what it's going to look like is we're just going to rotate like 3 people every 5 seconds. So it's going to go on 15 of the 20 people in the raid, probably. Something
I was
along
just
those
trying to
lines.
see if it was like based on power, like 50% power or whatever.
Oh, I
for the
got you.
timing, or unless it was just numbers.
Here you go. One's going to happen right here. She's doing it right here, and she's at like 50% energy. No, I think the auras are based off of their energy.
Yeah,
Because
the energy
Commander.
is for the ultimate. That's
Yeah.
what it's tracking there, basically.
Because Commander's next. He's almost at 100.
It's pretty obvious anyway. She goes over there and does a
Yeah.
big thing.
Yep. And then don't forget, when she gets done charging here, she's going to put a big old shield on herself. And we have to break that shield, and then we will interrupt her cast. The last part of this that we haven't really talked about, if you guys remember Jaina, when we lust, they bubble. The difference is we can mass dispel it off. So this probably, unless that's at least how it worked on PTR. So this will probably be a lust on pull, assuming we can do a mass dispel on them. But yeah. Any other questions?